Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So this morning I woke to check my news feed, and what did I see? The beginnings of World War III taking place, with Iran deciding that it would be somewhat of a good idea to launch a massive ballistic missile strike on the state of Israel. Why do they think that was a good thing? You may be wondering. It's not, because Benjamin Netanyahu said don't do it, but the Iranian Islamic leader says, you know what, we're going to retaliate because you, the state of Israel, killed Hassan Nesrallah, or whatever the hell the guy's name is. I don't care what his name is, but since Israel decided to do that and take care of a actual, you know what, leader, I I'm just going, man, you're itching for a World War III. It's literally at our doorstep right now. The US has got the weakest possible leader, and I do not want a World War III to break out right this very second with Joe Biden and Kamala Harris at the helm, because that's not a good thing. I do not think that would be great for the West at all. They are the worst leaders. It's because of them that we're in this position in the first place. And Trump said this as he responds to the Iran's attack on Israel. Look at the world today. Look at the missiles flying right now in the Middle East. Look at what's happening with Russia and Ukraine. Look at inflation destroying the world. None of this happened while I was president. He makes a very good point, doesn't he? Because at the moment, the world is complete and utter shit. That's just me being, well, not nice, but candid with you all. Like, there's no real other way of putting it. Yes, there are some good things happening in the world, guaranteed, but the world is an utter mess. It's a horror show at the moment, and it's because of weak leadership, corrupt, weak leaders that only care about themselves. They don't care about the people. Hard times are supposed to create strong men, but weak leaders create weak times. Hello? What are we seeing right now? We're seeing a lot of weak leaders creating the hardest times possible, and you have the strong ones that are going, we need to rise up as one and put an end to all of this madness. I want Trump to handle this. I'm sure everyone of you watching this wants the exact same thing. So overnight, Iran launched a massive missile attack on Israel after Hamas and Hezbollah assassinations that Israel has done. Now, we saw protests here in Australia over the weekend because of that, the murder or the killing of the Hezbollah leader, which was, you know, a win. Then Iran decided they wanted to go, we're going to retaliate. A US insider said that they were going to do that. And so what did they do? They actually did. So Iran launched the attack on Tuesday as tensions seemed to soar in that area. The Israel Defense Forces said on Telegram that a short while ago, missiles were launched from Iran towards the state of Israel. On other social media pages, it said that all Israeli civilians are in bomb shelters as rockets from Iran are fired at Israel. The air defense system is fully operational, detecting and intercepting threats wherever necessary. Even at this moment, the IDF said, imagine if they didn't have the Iron Dome, man. Can you imagine what would take place? Iran would have a huge field day. They would get everything they wanted. Now, this is like almost on the eve of October 7th. So what do we get for the very beginning of October? You may be wondering, possibly the start of World War III. How about that, people? Now, Douglas Murray responded to all this. He goes, because the BBC are highly in favor of Islamist states in Iran, believe it or not. And by the way, here in Australia, before I get to Douglas Murray, Peter Dutton had to destroy a ABC journalist because the ABC journalist was talking about and asking this ridiculous question. Why, I believe it was, why is Hezbollah considered a terrorist organization? Like, hello. And I loved Peter Dutton's response. I think he could have done a much better job at responding to it and destroying them even more. But our ABC is taxpayer funded. Hello. Anyway, Douglas Murray goes, isn't it amazing? If only the mullahs in Tehran could be allowed to fire ballistic missiles without challenge, then the status quo in the region could be upheld. The British broadcast media has become a sewer of misinformation and Islamist supporting propaganda. Yeah. They are a huge problem, if you ask me. Israel is the West's ally, the only ally in that region. They are surrounded, like this small little country is surrounded by terror. And Israel is doing the very, very best it can with the limited resources that it's got at the moment to defend itself. And also try and wipe out all of the you-know-what organizations that are trying to destroy it. And everyone's going, oh, Israel doesn't deserve to exist and all that other stuff that comes from them. Like, the Jewish people have been through literal hell, man. And yet today, anti-Semitism is rife in our country. Australia, you had over the weekend people waving a you-know-what organization flag, because I can't actually say the word on here for some reason without getting demonetized. But anyway, they're waving that flag and chanting and shouting all of these horrible slurs. And they're getting away with it. It just, it really does show you all the sign of the times that we're living in. So the U.S. military has a wide range of assets in position around the Middle East and in the Eastern Mediterranean that can protect Israel, as American forces did in April when Iran launched a massive retaliatory missile and drone attack on the country. The U.S. now has more assets positioned in the region than it did at that time. Pentagon spokesperson said 2 American destroyers fired a dozen interceptors to defend Israel from the Iranian missiles. Now, if you're like me and you're looking at this going, we're so close to World War III, and this just goes to show it, yeah, you're going, we've got to be very, very careful how we move forward. The election for the US is just around the corner. God help us all. But also, like, yes, I'm saying all of the horrible things that are going on in the world, but I know as a Christian, I have hope. And I'm glad that I do have hope, right? So anyway, my friends, I hope that you guys have hope as well if you're watching this. But you guys take care, you be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.